how Gilberts. Welcome to my gym in my home. I appreciate you showing up this evening. I usually do this a little earlier, but I'm glad to be here now. And so it comes with a statement this tonight, and that is why you should celebrate what you are not yet. Why you should celebrate what you are not yet. And so for those of you that don't know me, I've been involved in network marketing in over 40 years. I share a lot of what I've learned in my journey on these live calls. I started in this business totally broke. Sold a junk truck to get started, put $200 into my business, been full-time ever since, and that was 28 years ago. And now I'm going to acknowledge some fantastic people who will come out of the shadows into the campfire light and announce themselves. And the first is Arturo from the Philippines. Good morning. It's morning in the Philippines. I hope you're having a good day, Arturo. Nice to see you on this live call. Good to see you, my friend. And let me see. Then Gary from the Philippines. There we go, man. This got a lot of Filipinos showing up here. And Prashant from the country of India. Yeah, it's our Asians are showing up first. Well, good morning to all of you. And Alenia, good to see you this evening. It's definitely evening for you because you're in Tennessee. And then Mark Brown, nice to see you. I forgot where you're from, Mark. Monica, nice to see you. Oh, thank you. She said she was enticed by the title. Okay, so let me see who else is going to join us, and then we're going to get started. We're just going to talk about some things. We got, a new year coming around the corner. It's coming up pretty fast. And what do you want to do in 2021? What do you want to change in 2021? We'll talk about that. Mark is in Connecticut. All right. So I assume that's a pretty locked down state. Is that correct, Mark? I was just talking to a friend who left there. Suzanne, nice to see you. And John in Baltimore, good to see you. Archie, my buddy in Alabama. How goes it, my friend? Nice to see you. And George in New York City. Good to see you, George. So here's the thing. I did a Zoom call with a group in India. And this group is, this leader asked me to do it for her, and so I did. And the group's been around for a few years, but they're really not moving. And here's the thing, and this is what I told them. That I said, I can show you step by step. Hey, Barry in New Zealand, nice to see you, my friend. I can show you a step-by-step plan from the first ranked position to the very top, how to go to the very top of your company. Step by step, I can show it to you. But you probably still won't do it. And here's why. Because your psychology is wrong. Your psychology is wrong. One thing we have to understand is this, that your actions don't create results. Your beliefs do. Think about it. Your actions don't create results. Your beliefs do. See, I can show them the action plan, how to go from the first rank to the top rank. But if they don't believe they can do it, they won't do it. Why is that? Because most people stay in a state of replay. They stay in a state of replay. They are not even in the present. And so they base their presence or their present life on their past circumstances and things that have happened to them. It either happened to them or they made wrong choices. And so they have developed out of those experiences beliefs that are not healthy. That's why I said their psychology is wrong. And that's what I told that girl. I said, I could show you how to go from the first rank to the top rank, step by step. All you got to do is follow this pattern, and you'll have the gold. But you won't do it, even if I show you, because the first thing that you got to do is fix you. The first person you need to recruit is you. The first person you need to sponsor is you. Because, and here's the thing, nobody's bad here, okay? It's not like, hey man, you suck, you're not good at this, you're horrible at this. No. Here's the thing. It's like what Tony Robbins said. We're just wired wrong. So we just got to get wired right. And then everything's going to work just fine. And that's what you need to do now that we have a new year coming. Spend some time this month analyzing, what it is you're doing when you're not getting results. Because again, it's not because you're not taking action. Sometimes you're not taking action. But a lot of times it has to do with the beliefs that you've created. So again, your actions don't get results. Your beliefs do. And I can tell you, when I joined 22 years ago, I didn't know a lot. I didn't know a lot. I didn't understand our compensation plan completely. I understood some basic things, and that was it. The rest of it, I tell you, 90% of it was the right psychology. I was highly motivated. I didn't base my future from the past. I didn't base my future results based on my failures. No. See, I had to come to terms with those things. I said, you know what? That was then, this is now, and I'm not that guy. And I always had to tell myself, that was then, this is now, and I'm not that guy. Or you can say, I'm not that girl. Because I'm going to do it differently. So that's one thing that we need to do. We need to understand that the past doesn't equal the future. Tony Robbins said that many times. I learned that back in March of 1993 when I started listening to his cassettes, Personal Power. The past doesn't equal the future. And Ray did a good live on this, Ray Higdon, my buddy. He did a good live on this on Friday, talked about that. How do you see if you could see your future self, if you could see your future self, how you want to be, what would you see? You can even put it in your comments if you like to see that. If you like to see a more confident person, a person that lets go of the past, a person that forgives yourself, maybe mistakes, you forgive yourself over things of the past, let it go. Because people will punish themselves. I can hear bears on my deck again. I'm tempted to cut on the loudspeaker Immigrant song by Led Zeppelin. That will freak them out. They hate that song. I'll let it go for now. Okay. Anyway. But think about those things also that hold you back. And then just tell yourself, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to let that hold me back anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not that person anymore. Do you want to see yourself as a person that's more disciplined in your follow-up, more courageous in your prospecting? Why do I say courageous? Well, because maybe there's people that are not on your list that should be on your list, but you just don't feel that. You don't feel comfortable talking to them because maybe they've been successful, have money, things like that. And you just don't feel like you have the right or the permission or are worthy to even talk to someone like that. I want you to challenge yourself on that. Say, look, they're human. And the way COVID is shaking things up around the world, so many businesses destroyed. I was watching that even on the news today. You know, owners of restaurants crying that they're being shut down. They said, this is it. My whole life is in this. All my money is in this. You know, and the people that work here too, they'll be without jobs. How politicians are destroying states in our country. There's going to be a lot of hurting people. You could be a healer and see yourself that way. That you're on a mission really to make an impact. And remember, impact is before income. So the income's going to follow the impact. How you can change lives, make a difference in people's lives. When all these businesses are crashing, I mean, I was in tears just watching this one woman crying about her restaurant. She said, all my money is in this. And then just literally 50 feet away, Hollywood has got set up some areas there, and they say that's necessary. That's necessary work. That's essential work. But people whose lives have been built around their business, they've thrown everything into it. That's not essential. I'm telling you what, there's going to be some major shaking up. There's going to be a lot of angry people. But there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking for a better way. And that's what you have to do. Get ready for that. Get prepared for that. But first, before you go to them, go to yourself. I say, you know what? I want to celebrate what I'm not yet. You see, I'm not that yet. I'm not that confident, but I'm going to be. I'm not that courageous, but I'm going to be. I'm not a person that was ever had much, but I'm going to have a lot. I'm going to have so much, I'm going to give a lot of it away to those in need. I'm going to be a person that is going to change a lot of lives. You know, write those things down. What's holding you back, what you want to see in the new you, and start celebrating it as if you already arrived. You remember my story. The turning point in my life after I went through bankruptcy back in March of 1993, when I listened to Tony's tapes, and I shared this with Tony 1 year ago today. Excuse me, 1 year ago today. I had a chance to share that with Tony, but how I was broke, bankrupt, and everything, and I got in a network marketing company, and yeah, sure, I was scared to death. Yes, I did replay on the past, failure. I had no success in the past as, to base my future on anything, and yet, Tony was saying, hey, let go of it. You cannot drive a car looking at a rear view mirror. You got to look out the windshield, or you're going to crash again. And so the turning point was every Sunday I would go down Dream Street. Dream Street, that was where all the rich people lived. Beautiful estate homes, everything. It was more than one street, but I would, every Sunday walk down that street and I would look at these beautiful homes and I would say, yes, this is the way my life's going to be. And this is the way my life's going to turn out. That house, the one with the pillars, yeah, I'm going to have a house like that. The rose gardens, the perennial gardens, I'm going to have a garden or two. The Mercedes in the driveway, I'm going to put a BMW next to it. And a lot of people would think, oh, that's just a lot of positive thinking, bullcrap, blah, 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 blah. The fact is, 18 months later, I was there. 18 months later, I moved into a beautiful historic house built in 1860. Yes, it did have the pillars out front, and yes, I did have the gardens and the bends and all that. In 18 months, from bankrupt broke, went into the house of my dreams. Because I was celebrating my success when I was already broke. I was celebrating the person I was going to become. I wasn't that person yet. There were things I needed to work on, but I knew what to work on. I knew what I wanted to be. When I could forecast what I wanted to see in myself, to see myself in the future. But man, did it come fast. It came raining down on me. Some call that the law of attraction. You might have heard the book, The Secret. Well, that book wasn't written then. But that's exactly what I was doing. I was thinking about what I wanted most for my life, and I accepted it as it already happened. It's done. It's already been decided. Don't worry about it, Jeff. Now, go have fun with this and just do it. And that's what, when I told that to Tony, man, he was like, wow. He said, but you did it, man. You listened to my tapes, but you did it. So that's the thing. Watch what influences you and plug into some of Tony's material, okay? There's a lot of free stuff out there too. But think about that. What you want to become, your future self, if you could see yourself how you want to be, write it down what that is, and write down how that feels. Celebrate it as if it's already been decided. You've already arrived. That's what I did. I did that 28 years ago, and I never looked back. Never looked back. Kept going. I'm not saying that I did, it was easy street. I'm not saying it was easy, that I didn't have disappointments and challenges, things like that, or adversity. I've always believed adversity will make you great. It's never pleasant when we experience it. But I did not give it a meaning that it should have. I didn't give it that kind of meaning. I gave it a different meaning. We can choose how we want to feel about things. Like when Tony says, he said, when something bad happens to you, when something bad happens to you, I'm going to get my lips to work with some water. Been in the sauna. When something bad happens to you, ask yourself, what's good about this? At first you're going to say, nothing. Nothing is good about this. Okay. But I want you to find something good about this, okay? And that's the thing. I want you just to understand that, you're going to be a different person when you do this. And I want you to do it. So work on it. And that's the message from the gym tonight, okay? And if you just got on, then catch this on the replay. And I appreciate all of you. I'm looking forward to getting back on. I'll put out some value tomorrow. And Wednesday night I'll be back. And then I'm looking forward to our Q&A on Friday. Appreciate all of you. Hope you're doing well. So thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you on the next live. Love all of you. Take care.